Hello, Peter Hewitt, la-artistino here. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all my patrons. Thank you very much for your constant generosity in supporting me and my work. You are truly appreciated. Today, I have another colouring book review for you, or rather, 2 colouring books. These come from the hand of Hannah Lynn, a successful self-taught artist from the US. She's been active selling her work online since 2006, and she also licensed her works for a lot of other media. Her online stores sell her work emblazoned on trading cards, digital stamps, prints and licensed merchandise. And now you can buy her original uncoloured work in the form of colouring books. Hannah has sent me 2 of her books to play around in and give you a tour through and tell you what I think of them. The first one, Mermaids, Fairies and Other Girls of Whimsy, is a large size book here, which is I think about an A4 size by the looks of it, and then she's got a little A5 size books, Enchanted Faces, for a pocket edition of her work. Now, each of these books have 50 different pictures in them, which she says are her fan favourites, and I can see why. They're absolutely gorgeous. The other lovely thing is each of these books has different pictures in them, so you don't have any crossover. The ones in this book are not repeated in that book, so you can happily buy both of them and have 100 different examples of her work. And I'll give you a little tour through it now so you can see. We'll start off with the big one. Okay, now this looks to me to be an Amazon print, and it certainly has that thinnish Amazon paper to it. So it's sort of like photocopy paper. So in my experience, you can do painting in it, but you're going to have to put up with the buckling. The pencils work well in it, but it's sort of grainy, so you'll get that grainy effect. So if you want to get rid of that, you'll have to do a bit of blending or lay down some marker first on it. You can lie down marker on this book because it is wonderfully single-sided, so you just have to put a couple of sheets behind to protect your work from the work that you're doing on top, and I recommend that anyway because it stops any imprints happening on the pages underneath. Now, the first page, she supplied some colouring tips and a little message from herself and an invitation to go visit her website, which I suggest you do because she has got wonderful examples of her own colouring on there if you need a bit of inspiration. She's also, and this I love as well, supplied all of the pictures with their titles at the front here, and that's a nice way to keep track of what you've coloured and what you're not, and a quick way to sort of glance through the book to choose which picture you want to colour. So there's a couple of pages of that in the front, and then we get into the book proper. And as you can see, Hannah Lynn's beautiful, distinctive artwork just reigns in this book. It's all full of lovely, whimsical girls and women in fantasy settings. I'll flick through to a couple that I've already done. This is the first one. This pretty little fairy girl here amongst the flowers. Now I coloured this in with alcohol markers for the most part. As you can see, the sky here looks quite nice and flat. The alcohol markers, if you work quickly, will give you a lovely flat lay down of solid colour. They do bleed through. If I turn the page here, you can see, and that's why you need a protective piece behind to protect your work, because there is a lot of bleed through. So I coloured this first, as I said, with alcohol markers, and in this case Copic markers, but you could use, I think Sharpies would probably do the same thing, but give a test in the back of the book first to see how you go. And then I coloured all the details in using the Koh-i-Noor woodless Progresso pencils, because I love playing with them, and I think that the actual pencils have a nice soft texture which will give me a lovely, and I do like this, a lovely grainy look to the work. I'll just hold that up there, and you can see that lovely grainy texture there, and I think that added to this artwork. And I finished it off with some sparkles from a white gel pen. This was a lot of fun to do. I think I coloured that one. It took about 3 hours, I think. I was taking my time. A little ballerina. There are a lot of mermaids. If you like mermaids, there are heaps in this book. This is such enchanting work, and a great romp for your colours as well, because you could just use every colour on your palette or in your pencil set for these works, because you just go mad. If you look at the examples of her finished work on a website, she invests in lots of different colours, real lovely rainbow effects. Some really cute poses and animals in here. I like this one with the elephant. It looks, I've never seen anything quite done like that before, and I really like it. To quickly turn around some of these pages, because there are some, as you can see, that are landscape and some of them are portrait. I thought that was a mermaid when I first saw the tail. I thought, no, actually it's a oh no, it is a mermaid. See, you've got the little flourish at the tail at the end. I thought that was a naga. Oh, I love the raccoon too, that's cute. Some of these pictures, as you can see, are more close-up examples of her work, so there is thicker line art. If you like nice thick line art, if you're a bit worried about going over the lines, that's great. And then you've got these more heavily detailed works with a bit of thinner line art, but I do like the line weight in this book. It allows for a lot of play. Here's examples of her trading cards, which she has reproduced here just as black and white, so you can colour them in too. I think there's a couple of pages like that. It's close-ups of the faces, and then there's these lovely scene shots as well. There's quite a bit here, so I'll have to move along. There's 50 pictures to look through. Another mermaid. Oh, I like that one too. Leaning on a chest. I think I've seen that one of hers coloured somewhere. Nice Parisian picture. Another mermaid. Oh, she looks beautiful. I've seen this one done online a few times. That is a gorgeous picture to colour. Book Fairy. Oh, here's an example of one of her more challenging detailed works if you want something a step higher. I really like that. It's so cute. Mother and daughter. There's a Japanese lady and another book fairy. A little scene from, it looks like Red Riding Hood with a little couple of wolf puppies. More mermaids. If you want to really practice with doing hair and faces, this is the book for you. There is so much to do. There's a pirate. She really has such a gorgeous style. As I said, the only thing, as I said, that for me is a bit of a minus is the paper quality, but you can still work with it, and I've done quite well. I'm quite satisfied with the work that I've done using this paper. Just doesn't lend itself to things like Inktense pencils or watercolour, and I would love to get my teeth onto some watercolouring in this book, but there is an alternative. I'll tell you that in a minute. This is another piece that I've finished. Of course, I'm an Aussie, so I had to do the Aussie girl with the little koala, and it looks like a wallaby there. It's a bit too small to be a kangaroo. And again, I've done this with alcohol markers and then gone over the top with the Koh-i-Noor Progresso pencils and one white Prismacolor pencil to get in all the shading and highlights. And then I've popped a few little dots around of gel pen, just for a little sparkle in places. Now the alternative, as I was about to launch into, is you can actually buy her uncoloured work printed on high quality vellum Bristol. And, they come in packs of, I'm not sure, actually I won't quote it because I'm not sure how many pictures you get per pack, but if you go onto her website you'll see that they're available too, and that'll give you the opportunity to colour these pictures on better quality paper if you're not satisfied with this paper. But to tell you the truth, I'm quite happy to continue colouring in this using the technique that I have with the alcohol markers and the pencils. Now let's have a look at the other one. Now as you can see, that's quite a bit smaller. It's half the size, so it's about an A5 size. And we'll take a wander through this one too. Now, exactly the same thing. She's giving you the pictures. And you know what? We're going to get a little bit closer here. There you go. She's giving you the little thumbnails of the pictures with their names on them. Makes it much easier for you to choose which picture to draw next, and there's her page with the colouring tips on it. Now, as I said, these pictures are all different from the other one. I haven't coloured in this book yet, so I'm sorry if you're waiting to see another coloured page, but this one is going to be the one that I carry around in my handbag, I think, with my colouring pencils to colour in. More mermaids. A lot of these pictures in this little book are, well, some of them are full scenes, but some of them are more close-ups of the actual faces as well. Quite pretty. And with a book this size, they'd be fairly quick to, well, relatively quick to colour into. I like that one. It's so cute. It's got a baby panda, a fairy with a panda. Oh. And a mermaid with a walrus. I don't know why, that reminds me of Sailor Moon. Maybe it's the moon shape on the background. More wonderful hair to colour in to practice your shiny hair technique. The faces can be a bit daunting for people who don't colour in faces, but my suggestion to you, if you want to colour in faces and you're not familiar with it, is to pick a nice light skin tone or a dark skin tone, depending on what nationality you want to represent in the lady that you're colouring in, and just colour over the whole thing with the flat colour, and then go back with a pink and just blush in the cheeks. So that will be, actually that'll be the main face, and then pick a darker brown or a purple or a blue, not too bright, a more of a duller colour, and just do a little bit of a shading underneath the chin and just underneath the hairline, and that will be plenty of colouring in for the face. You can even add a bit of coloured eyeshadow if you like. If you do that, I would omit colouring in the skin tone underneath the brows so that you can put brighter eyeshadow in. And then, as a little trick to make it really sparkly, is take your white gel pen and just do some dots of white in the, what would be the eye makeup, to make it sparkle. That's my little tip for colouring in faces. Just that's the quick and easy way of doing it. You really could get a lot of practice in here colouring faces. You can lash out and colour things in unusual colours too. There's certainly plenty to choose from. These are very simple pictures to the more complex one. Now the other thing I might note as well, with it being an Amazon print, there is some pixelation, so you haven't got those lovely dead flat lines that you do from the big publishing houses. So if that worries, it doesn't actually worry me, but it might worry some people. There is definitely marked pixelation. But I think once it's coloured, you're not going to notice it. I like this one with the sea otter, that is so cute. I think that one's probably going to be the first one that I colour in this book. And the owl, that'll be the second one. Sea otters and owls. My husband loves otters, by the way. I like owls and foxes. The tiger, oh, love that one too. Just a face. And a little dragon, so cute. I think the other nice thing I like about this book is all of these pictures have a simple border on them, which means you can actually take these out and frame them if you want, and you don't have to worry about trying to colour right into the centre there, because there's a nice margin, and I prefer that, particularly with these very tightly bound Amazon books. It's very frustrating, as you know, colouring right into the centre. I like that one too. There's so much to choose from. More mermaids. A starry one. One with a little dragonfly. Oh, has that really been just about... Oh, butterflies. That's pretty. Oh, there you go. Well, that was 100 examples of Hannah Lynn's work for you to colour. Now, either one of these books are just beautiful to have, depending on what size you want, or have both of them if they attract you. I'll leave a link below to Hannah's site if you're interested in purchasing one of these books or one of her packs of uncoloured work on the nicer vellum paper. Until next time, have great fun with whatever colouring adventure you're on, and happy colouring! you're enjoying any colouring adventures that you are currently on, and until next time, happy colouring!